So I was trying to think of an easy video to do today, and I forgot how many books I've purchased over the last couple months that I haven't shown you guys. I always forget, and it's probably because I've been going too long in between videos. So I have 14 books in this haul, so I'm not going to explain really into detail what all the books are about. I'll just show you guys, and if there's any ones in particular you're interested in, just let me know in the comments down below, and I will go over any of them with you. Also, before we start, I just want to apologize for the lighting because it's really dark. It's not really storming outside, but it's very cloudy, so this is the best light that I could get in here, so yes. First up we have The Young Elites by Marie Lu. This is the first book in her newest fantasy series, and I really want to check it out. I haven't read the Legend trilogy yet, but I'm not sure if I want to start that one first or this one, because I am more of a fantasy lover than a dystopian lover. Either one, I've heard fantastic things about the Legend trilogy and not too much about this, so I don't know yet. We'll have to see. Next up we have Snow Like Ashes by Sarah Rosh. I just read this book over the past few days. This was in one of my previous videos. I was in the middle of it at that point, and I did happen to finish it. I will talk more about this book in my wrap-up when I get around to that. For now, I'll just say that it was a really good YA fantasy, and I really enjoyed it. I picked this next one up back in October, I think was its initial release, and I just never got around to showing you guys, and that is The Iron Trial by Holly Black and Cassandra Clare, and I have not read this yet, even though I've been dying to read it. It was actually one of my more anticipated reads at the end of the year, and yet I've had it since October, and I have not picked it up. Shame on me, I need to get to it soon. All I know is a middle grade fantasy. I'm not quite sure what this next one is, but I've heard a lot of really good things about it. I don't even know exactly what it's about. I want to say like mystery, murder mystery. I got it from a used bookstore for $9, and that is Natchez or Natchez Burning. I don't know how to pronounce that word. I'm sorry. By Greg Isles or Eels, or I don't know how to pronounce the author either. Shame on me, I have no idea. I've seen this on a couple bestsellers lists, and I've heard fantastic things from people, although I don't even know myself what the story is about. But while visiting family, we went to a used bookstore, and I happened to find this book for $9. Even though I had no idea what it was about, I was like, I need to pick this up because this book is like originally $28 originally, so I was like, that's a steal. I need to try it, check it out, see if I like it myself. So, of course, since it's the holiday season, I had to pick up My True Love Gave to Me. This is a collection of short stories from different authors, all based around the holiday season. This is a really popular book going around BookTube right now, this time of year, obviously. I do want to check it out. There are a few authors on here that I'm dying to read. Laini Taylor, Stephanie Perkins, Rainbow Rowell, which I have not yet read a Rainbow Rowell book, even though I'm excited to read the short story in here. I don't know. Maybe reading the short story in here will get me to want to read one of her other novels, which I own about 2 of them, so possibly I'll get around to those after that. At that same used bookstore, I also picked up Quintana of Charon, which I think is either the sequel or a companion novel to Finnick of the Rock by Melina Marchetta, and I found this book there for $10, so I needed to get it because I almost bought it online for about, even used online, I was only finding it for like $12 or $13, so I needed to get it, and it was the only copy they had, so of course I picked it up. The next book I have here is Endgame The Calling by James Frey and Nils Johnson Shelton. No idea what this is about. Something about the end of the world. That's all I know. And this was strictly a cover buy. I honestly know nothing about this book. A more recent purchase for me was In the Afterlight by Alexandra Bracken. This is the 3rd and final book in the Darkest Minds trilogy, and I have only read The Darkest Minds, and I thought it was okay. But I'm thinking maybe I was forcing myself to read it at a time that I didn't really want to, so I'm going to try and reread it because I need to refresh my memory anyways, and then read the 2nd and 3rd book. Now that I have the entire trilogy, I can do that when I please, so we have that one. Another most anticipated read for me at the end of the year that I have here is The Blood of Olympus by Rick Riordan. This is the 5th and final book in the Heroes of Olympus series, and even though it was an anticipated read for me, I have yet to read even the 3rd and 4th book at this point in time. I've only read the first 2 books. Shame on me, shame on me. This is a fantastic, fantastic series, and at one point I was obsessing over Percy Jackson in general. Like, I wanted Percy Jackson merch, shirts, bookmarks, anything related to it. I was all about that, and I kind of fell out of that, and I forgot about the books. But I will be picking this up very, very soon. This is a goal for me, start of the year, maybe possibly January, to finish and complete this series. The last book that I picked up at the used bookstore was kind of, I don't know why I picked it up there because I paid full price for it, and that is Stormfront by Jim Butcher. I am absolutely loving Jim Butcher's Codex Alara series, so I wanted to check this one out next. This is like a fantasy mystery thriller is what I heard. This is the first book in the Dresden Files series. I actually heard of this series before the Codex Alara series, so I'm thinking this one's a more popular series by him, but I absolutely love the other one, so hopefully I'll get around to starting this series, and I cannot wait because I'm excited. Love Jim Butcher as far as what I've read so far, so I cannot wait to start this one. The last mass paperback book that I picked up was Outlander by Diana Gabaldon. This is the first book in the Outlander series. I'm not too sure when I'll get around to this. The only thing I know about this is that it is historical time travel fiction. It's like set in the past, but because the character time travels there, and that's all I know. It's also a show on Starz. I might check out the show still. Maybe if I like the series, if I like the book, I don't know yet, but I want to try the book obviously first. And since it's the off season for Game of Thrones, and I love me some Game of Thrones, I needed something to read or look at or something Game of Thrones related. So I saw this in the bookstore the other day, and that is The Ice Dragon by George R.R. Martin, which is like a little short story. It's got really beautiful illustrations in it. It's just covered in illustrations, and although it has nothing to do with Game of Thrones, it's set in the same world. I'm sure it's like in the past type of story because dragons are gone at this point. So what Game of Thrones collector or lover couldn't have this book in their possession right now? Like, if you are a lover of Game of Thrones and you don't have this book in your possession, you need to get it right now. And that is The World of Ice and Fire, which is an untold history of Westeros and the Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin. I have already started reading this, actually, and I'm about this far through. I'm going slowly. I'm in right now the section where it goes over each and every single king from the Targaryen reign, and there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. But I'm learning a lot of interesting historical stuff, past things that they don't really, I mean, they obviously don't go over in the TV show at all. But as far as the books go over, like the books go over more past related history stuff, but not too much. And that's why I absolutely love this. This book is amazing and it's beautiful. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous book. It has like it feels like it's cushioned underneath it. It's very soft, like pillowy soft, and also velvety soft, you know, like those, but it has like, I don't know, it's gotta have like foam underneath it or something. It's wonderful. And the last and final book here is Something I'll Treasure Forever. It's a book that Brian got for our 6th-year anniversary, which was November 20th, and that is Harry Potter The Creature Vault book. I saw this on a booktuber's channel about maybe a month ago, and I absolutely loved it. The book is beautiful, for one, and then it's just got this beautiful design here, which is embossed in here, and it's just, it's so awesome. So basically, this goes more into detail about the creatures used in the movies and from the books, and it's just awesome, and it has like all kinds of information here about each and every single creature from the movies and how they developed it for the movies. It is solely about the creatures, while in the other movie book that I can't remember the title of that I really, really want is more just an in-depth look at the Harry Potter movies in general. So, love this. Love Brian for getting it for me because he knows I'm a Potterhead, so yeah, absolutely anything Harry Potter related is all he needs to get me for any kind of anniversary, birthday, Christmas gift. He knows that's all I need, and I'll be happy. So those were all the books, guys. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!